Don't you even know this love turns out promise me you'll leave me now. A celebrity boxing match with Rolo Tomasi. Lord have mercy. Anyway, what's going on, y'all? It's your boy Miles Cunningham. We out here on the trail. Shout out to June Sports, Cleve Redu, Black Cherubim. What up? What up? Um, Iceberg Slim from Brooklyn to the backwoods. Yeah, we out here, man. Jason Walters. Look out for Sasquatch. Syed. There might be, oh my God. A Sasquatch joke and a bear joke back to back? Wow. Lord have mercy. A Sasquatch joke and a bear joke back to back. Today must be my lucky day. You guys are hilarious. But anyway, man, what is it? It's Tuesday, so we out here getting a walk in, feeling grateful that we could move our bodies, move our muscles. This new gimbal, I don't know. I don't like it. The what's the name is not. It's not as smooth as the other gimbal. How you doing? All right. You may find a woman with the bear. That's good. That's a good joke. I like that. Yeah, these women are. That's how you could tell these women are delusional, bro. That's why I'm like, we as men we need to stop arguing with these females, bro. It don't make no damn sense. Cause they would rather be caught in the woods with a goddamn bear than a man. They are not smart. They are just not smart, and they're dramatic for no reason. Give me 1 second, guys. Let me see if I could do something to adjust this. See if this taking off the case makes a difference. Mystical freestyle. Jesse Ray said American Woman. Toddy Kid said God bless the chat. Jason Waters. It's nice out there. Yeah, it's nice out here. It is a beautiful day out here, man. I concur. I agree. Syed says they always say one thing and do another. Look at that spot. Nice for camping, fishing at the same time. Marsh says some white chicks are over there. Toddy Kid says, does constant rejection build confidence? I'm trying to understand both sides, as constant rejection can sometimes erode some men's confidence, myself included, sometimes. Yeah, it's a little bit smoother without the case. Excuse me. See, the problem, Toddy Kid, is that you keep focusing on the outcome instead of focusing on your skill building. You're focused on the outcome. You're focused on the rejection. You're focused on that. Because I'm sure not every single woman constantly rejects you, bro. But that's what you're focused on. So that's what your reality is going to be based in. Mikhail, what makes a bad leader at work? What makes a bad leader at work? What makes a bad leader at work? I need some more detail in that question. I don't know exactly what you're saying. What makes a bad leader at work? Do you have issues with your supervisor or manager or boss at work? What's going on? I don't understand that. LJ2 official, being more direct with what I want with women changed my dating life dramatically. Thanks, Miles. Yeah, back to Toddy Kid. You're too focused on what happens after you make the approach. You're too focused on what happens after you try to meet the woman. The whole point is to meet the woman. Whatever happens after that doesn't really matter, because whatever happens after that, how you doing? Whatever happens after that is not up to you, and you're not in control of it. So there's no reason to focus on it or to let it quote unquote erode your confidence. But that's the type of things you like to focus on. So that's what's gonna be your reality. So good luck to you. Because no matter how many times I try to tell you guys, what you focused on will be your reality. You guys don't listen. You keep focusing on the things that don't serve you. So continue. And hopefully, I don't know, hopefully one day you'll hit rock bottom and then you'll figure it out.
I love that idea.
How you doing?
Is that a fan? Oh, it's your phone.
Oh, it's my phone. Yeah, it's
I
a
thought you had a
gimbal.
fan.
They got horsies in the park. Mikhail says, I'm going to be a new leader taking on a team of 15. Want to make sure I make the right moves. Um well, you got to understand your industry. You got to understand the strengths and weaknesses of the team that you lead, and you have to have open lines of communication. But you got to pay attention to product. If you want to be a good leader, you got to pay attention to productivity, pay attention to the needs, not the wants, but the needs of your team. Whatever they need to be productive, you got to pay attention to that, and then facilitate those things. And keep lines of communication open. Keep lines of communication open. Be respectful. Give them the same respect that you want for yourself. Understand that even though you're the leader, you're no better than them. You serve a different purpose, but you're not better than them, and they're not better than you. Y'all just serve different purposes and different roles. But remember, a leader is someone who serves. So it's your job to serve them the correct way so they can be productive. I think that's the best I can tell you right now, not knowing anything about your industry or what y'all do. You know what I'm saying? Chris, the player, says, Miles. I hope that answered your question, Mikhail. Um, Chris says, Miles, what is the main reason you said corporate America for good? The main reason? I don't know if there was a main reason. But I know what speaks to my identity, and I know what doesn't. And being stuck in corporate America for the rest of my life did not speak to who I am. Does not speak to who I it did not and it does not speak to who I am as a man. I was raised in an entrepreneurial, hustling type of family. My dad was always an entrepreneur, and my mom was always in support of my dad's plans and dreams. And we were a very successful family in that way. And it's crazy because I saw the stress that my parents went through running their own businesses, and I didn't want that stress. And when I was young, I thought corporate America was the place to be, so I wouldn't have to worry about it. But somewhere deep down inside of me, I knew that I had to leave. So these are the things that I talk about when I say we got to do things based on our masculine identity from a place of honesty, honesty, honesty. Because a lot of you people feel a certain way, and you got to get out of your feelings. Oh well, I feel this way and I feel that way, and you make decisions based on feeling. It's like no matter what I did with my life, I was gonna end up being an entrepreneur and owning my own business, because it's kind of like based on who I was in my genetics, my dude. It was like deep down inside of me that I was gonna be an entrepreneur and not somebody who was in corporate America forever. But if you don't want to be in corporate America just because you feel a way, or just because you work at a company, or your manager is a shitty person or whatever, that's not necessarily a reason. You know what I'm saying? But me personally, it was a serious like part of who I am to be my own boss. Um, Toddy Kid says, "How do you focus on outcome? How do you not focus on outcomes when you want better results?" Again, genuine question. I'm not trying to be smart here, respectfully. No, again, the results. Focus on the results of yourself. Focus on improving your ability to approach, meet, and engage in conversation successfully. Don't focus on if she likes you or not. We have no control over if the woman that you're meeting right now likes you. She could be a lesbian. She could have a terminal illness. She could be married. She can have a fucking mental deficiency. You need to focus on the results for yourself. The results for yourself is, am I getting better at talking to people? Am I getting better at carrying a conversation? Am I getting better at engaging a person socially? Those are the things, those are the results. The results have nothing to do with how many bitches give you their number, or how many bitches like you, or how many bitches you fuck, or how many bitches you go out on dates with. Because you got guys, let me tell you something, you got guys with a 500 body count. They fucked over 500 bitches and still don't really know how to interact and deal with women. You understand? So again, when you use the word results, you're still focused on the wrong fucking thing. So again, it's a whole mindset shift. It's a mindset shift for you, Toddy Kid. And it's like I can talk and I can talk and I can talk, but until you shift your mind, you won't be able to truly hear what I'm saying to you. Because when you use the word results in this follow-up question, you're still talking about whether the woman, you're still focused on the woman. You're still thinking about whether the woman likes you or not. That's what you talk when you say results, that's what you still are referring to. I'm trying to explain to you the results have to do with you and building your skill at being sociable and carrying on conversation, to guide the conversation a certain way, to spark a woman's interest in a certain way. All those type of things take practice. And the results that you seek are the results that are pertaining to you and your ability to do different things when you engage with someone, when you engage with a female, or anyone for that matter, socially. Iceberg Slim. I'm not telling you to not focus on results. I'm telling you to understand the results that understand what results should actually mean to you. And I'm telling you, the more you go out and talk to women, the more you go out and approach women, the more you go out and meet people, is the more it's gonna come easy to you. Oh, let me tell you something. You know that old saying, if you teach a man to fish, if you give a man a fish, he can eat for one day, but if you teach a man to fish, he can feed his whole family forever. Okay, think about it this way. If I teach a man to fish, does that mean he's gonna catch a million fucking fish? Like if I teach a man to fish today, does that mean tomorrow he's gonna catch 1,000 fish, a million fish? And if I say to him, hey bro, I'm gonna teach you how to fish, but I can't guarantee how many fish you're gonna actually catch. If you think it makes sense for him to look at me and say, well, fuck you, I don't want to learn how to fish since you can't in since you can't guarantee that I'm gonna catch 1,000 fucking fish tomorrow, then I don't want you to teach me how to fish. Does that make sense? Or does it make sense for you to learn the skill and then go out and practice and then add knowledge and data to your ability to fish, which will then help you to catch the amount of fish that you really want. And of course, there will be some days that you might be able to catch 1,000 fish, but there might be some days that you only catch 10. There might be some days where you catch 0. But are you going to give up fishing if you know that that's what you want to do? Guys, we gotta have a better mentality about all this type of shit. The results that you're talking about is not the results that are necessary to get what you truly want. Iceberg Slim said, Miles getting chooser signals. LJ2 says, what's that was a chooser signal. Toddy Kid said, I understand regarding what I focus on, I will attract more. Thanks. Monogamous player, good morning everyone. Dawson Walters, I got a hotel tonight, gonna pull tonight. All right, cool. William Kahn said, made it back to Ohio. That's what's up. Glad you made it back safe, bro. Late, get this week rolling. Feels like a Monday. Iceberg Slim 100. William Kahn says, my one meetup this weekend lasted 10 minutes. There you go. Toddy K says, you just described me, Miles, high body count, but my social skills are poor. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Excuse me. AG said, morning, Miles. Just wanted to see your video help change my mindset to be more selfish. Thanks, and have a good rest of your day. Appreciate it, AG. Have a good day too, brother. Toddy Kid says, got it, Miles. Thanks. Buckeye 22 says, shout out, Miles. All right, shout out to you, Buckeye. Appreciate it. Joe Blast, what's up? Peace, peace, peace. Joe Blast in the building. Toddy Kid says, good analogy with the fish. Lil Dio said, Miles, have you ever walked in a place like a grocery store and head turn? If not, is that all in my mind, or are there certain energy I'm exuding? I'm gonna tell you, almost everywhere I go, especially places indoor, heads turn because I have on sunglasses. So people want to check to see who it is because like celebrities and quote unquote high status people wear sunglasses. So a lot of people turn heads when they look at me. And I know that is one of the main reasons why I turn heads. And sometimes and usually too I'm dressed kind of nice because even when I'm going to the supermarket, I dress nice. You know what I'm saying? So I turn heads everywhere I go. But when heads turn, I only take it as a positive. I only consider that their heads are turning because they see something they like or they see something that caught their attention. So maybe it has something to do with your stature, the type of clothes you wear, whatever. It doesn't really matter what it is. The question is, what are you doing with that energy? The energy that you exude to turn heads, are you going to do anything with that energy? And if you're not going to do anything with the energy, then what's the point of worrying about it? David said, toss a line out there. Bet there's nice fish there. BDP Honorat, what up? Salute, salute. William Kime says, the 3 women in this weekend I will possibly never see again, but I had a date set up for 7 p.m. tonight. All right. Cadis says, finally a live stream that has some intelligence. Well, Cadius, or we do this Monday through Friday, man. Subscribe if if you're inclined to get the notification for when I come on, because I can't promise, I can't promise, I can't be on here like at a specific time every morning. I just can't. My schedule does not allow it. But I am here pretty much every morning, Monday through Friday. So it makes more sense if you just subscribe, and then you get hit the notification button for all, and then you get the announcement for when I come on. William Carm says, I turn heads, but probably because I'm just under 6'4". Exactly. There's different reasons why you might turn heads. You might look like a celebrity or something like that, or sometimes, like for me personally, if someone's wearing like a certain, like, how you have these nostalgia shirts from the 80s. Like, I'll turn and look at someone just because they're wearing a shirt with Thundercats or Transformers or He-Man or some shit like that. Or I love Batman. So if I see somebody wearing a Batman shirt, I'll turn and look at them or something like that. The other day, I saw there was this dude, he had on a Scarface t-shirt. It was a really dope shirt too, because it was it was one of those shirts where you could kind of barely see the image, but it was the image of Tony when he was staring at Frank getting ready to kill his ass. You know what I'm saying? And when I finally made out the image of the shirt, it was such a dope shirt. So I had to give him dap. I walked up to him. I was like, yo, that shirt is hard. He was like, yo, appreciate it, bro. You know what I'm saying? So it's different reasons why someone will, again, a lot of you guys worry about these things because you're not confident in yourself. You don't believe good things about yourself. So if somebody turns and look at you, you're all of a sudden worried about why they might be looking at you. I mean, my thing is, I would just rather assume positive things. You see what I'm saying? If I could go all the way to one side and assume negative things, I'd rather just, how you doing? I'd rather just assume positive things. You see what I'm saying? I would rather just assume positive things, because you can literally choose what you assume as to why they might be staring at you, why they might be looking at you or looking your way. You understand? Sometimes there's something behind you that you don't even see, and that's why they're looking your way. They're not even looking at you, but you so self-conscious. You know what I'm saying? You so self-conscious and shit. You think they staring at you when they're looking past you. It's like, come on, man. We gotta either just assume the most positive thing you can. That's how people who are social people get what they want in life. They assume the positive. They assume what serves them. So if I see a bunch of people looking in my direction, my only assumption is it's because I'm that nigga. I'm fly. I look good. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's my only assumption. I don't have time to assume anything else. I might have to make a video about that. I don't have time to assume anything else. I'm a choose to assume the positive. Like, ooh, I'm that nigga. I got my sunglasses on. I look fly. I look like a celebrity. I look like somebody famous. I look like this. I look like that. And that's why they're trying to get a good look at me to see who I am, because I'm that nigga. You know what I'm saying? I'm that dude. I would rather assume that than assume anything else, homie. Then assume anything that doesn't serve me, or assume anything that negates my character and my existence. William Combs says, I walk with confidence thanks to my identity. There you go. Jay says, I agree. People don't stare if you're hideous, right? Gaziar or whatever says, what's up? Okay. Real Cam J said, Miles, I always think anything a woman does indicates she's feeling me. For example, some women tend to exaggerate their walk when they're looking. No, that's the best mindset to have. Always assume the woman is feeling you. Always assume the woman is feeling you. And the reason why is that when you assume the woman is feeling you, when you open your mouth to talk to them, the energy from your conversation will 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 only add to that. Will only add to that because that's what you want, right? You want her to feel you. So why think or assume anything else? If you want her to feel you, then that's what you have to assume. That's how you have to think. Now, if you're talking to her and it doesn't work out or she doesn't want to take your number and all that shit, even when a woman says she can't take my number, I never assume it's because she don't like me. I always assume, or maybe something going on in her life where she just don't have time for me or whatever. But in my mind, I still honestly feel and think and assume that she likes me. That maybe if things was a little bit different in her life, she would she would be like, look, I want to meet up with you later to fuck the shit out of you. You know what I'm saying? So again, that's you have to choose those thoughts. You choose those thoughts. Toddy Kid says Brian Begin said the same thing. He says some guys get insecure when women giggle around them thinking they're making fun of him, and the whole time they find you attractive. Facts. And here's the thing. They're giggling because they think you're attractive, but then because of the way you think, because of if you're an insecure man and that's the way you think they're making fun of you. When you open your mouth, how are you gonna sound when you open your mouth or if you say something to them? Because you think they're making fun of you, what do you think you're gonna sound like if you open your mouth to say something to them? As opposed to if you think they're giggling because they're embarrassed at the fact that they feeling you so much, how is that gonna sound when you open your mouth? See what I'm saying? Brandon Wright says, morning or good afternoon. Brandon Wright says, how can I identify what my unique qualities are? What are some good tips and pinpoint about myself where I can go that's unique to me? Well, you gotta look at your life, look at who you are as a person, and think about the things that motivate you. Think about the things that you enjoy. Think about the things that bring you peace, happiness, and confidence. Like think about this: a guy who's interested in mechanics and cars, he is the most confident. For example, let's just say if he's at a car convention, he's the most confident if he's in the mechanic shop. He's the most confident if he meets someone who also like cars, because then he gets to talk about what he likes. So you have to look at who you are, look at what you enjoy, look at the things that bring you peace and confidence. They're like me. I could talk about game, relationships, and life all day. And those are the things because that's what I'm interested in. That's a part of my identity. I could talk about this all day. You guys ask me questions and I could come up with answers all day. Why? Because that's what I like. And that's what makes me interesting. So I could have conversations on this all day. And I'm comfortable and confident. I could articulate myself, all these things. So you have to look at who you are and find at least 3 things about you that you enjoy. If you like working out, and when I say if you enjoy it, I mean if you enjoy it to the point where you research and you know the jargon, you know the different people, the different influencers in a certain circle, the history of it, if you know the new technology surrounded in it, like whatever it is. If when I say you enjoy it, I don't mean, oh well, you just feel good when you're doing it from time to time. No, I mean you research on it. Like when you go to YouTube, you look up videos on it and you watch those videos and it's a part of your conversation. And you talk about that a lot with your friends or with your family, or you watch movies about it. Everything. Look at the things that you like. And those are the things that make you unique and specific. And those are the things that make you confident. So when you're having a conversation with somebody, then you'll be able to carry on those conversations. And not only that, but you'll sound excited, confident, and those things will be special to you. So Brandon Wright, look at like find at least three things. Like for example, if you want just a simple task, to go to your computer or your phone and see what things that you see the things that you look up repeatedly on a regular basis, or see what things that come up in your feed on a regular basis, and those are the things that you're interested in. You understand? Bad boy. Thanks, Joe Blast. Bad boy style. Go get your t-shirts. Go get it on the Patreon, patreon.com. Mr. Lucario, if y'all want to hear the Bad Boy Show, appreciate that. Monogamous players say facts, Miles. You have to embrace positivity fully. Only assume the positive, because assuming anything else can be a downward spiral. Bad thoughts can lead to terrible downward spirals. Trust me, I know exactly. I know too. I know too. It took me to a certain point in my life to understand the choice of positive thought, because a lot of us think that all of our thoughts are involuntary, like we have no control. Like, oh yeah, negative thoughts pop into my head all the time, what do I do? Well, yeah, after a thought pops into your head, guess what? You can choose your next thought. After that negative thought pops into your head, you get to choose your next thought to either balance or counteract that quote unquote negative thought. You understand? You gotta choose what you want. A lot of the things that we deal with in our lives is voluntary. We are in control, but we don't believe in ourselves enough to even understand how much in control we are. Vasily says she will feel you even more talking about the things you into. Exactly. Uh, Shaq Daddy with the Bigfoot comment. Great. Yami San said new sub from India. All right. Appreciate you. Appreciate the sub, Yami. Make sure you hit that the all notification bell so you can get the announcement for when we on live. I do this Monday through Friday. Um, Joe Blast says, welcome, Cadis. This channel has plenty. There you go. Real Cam J says, Miles, does belief in an idea begin when you take action in that direction? Does belief in an idea begin when you take action in the direction? Um, you don't always need to take action for your belief to be real in something. It's not those two things are not exclusively connected. You could believe in something and not necessarily take action. And then it also depends on what you're talking about. Like, because if we get into the context of what you're talking about, then it's not necessarily about belief. It's about you manifesting or creating what you want. If you talk about manifesting and creating what you want, then that's a whole nother conversation. That's not belief. That's you taking action steps to create what you want with your life. See again, guys. A lot of I mean, to ask a question, obviously it means that you don't understand something, and you're trying to understand it. But we have to understand as well that we have to understand what we're trying to understand. You know what I mean? Like, I know it sounds crazy, but you guys ask me questions, but it's like based on your question, you're already going in the wrong direction. You understand? Because you could believe in something, you could believe something is true or false or whatever it is, but when we start getting into what you want for your life, it's like at that point, it's not even necessarily about belief. It's like, look, it's what you want. Because a belief is one thing, a desire is another thing. A desire is something that you want to happen. So if you truly want something to happen, you got to start taking action to make it happen. It's not about belief at that point. It's about you want it to happen. You desire it to happen. So you take action because you desire it. Fuck a belief. Because I'll be honest with you, sometimes, even if you go through history, you think when the Wright brothers first started trying to figure out how to create a flying machine, you didn't think that there were some days where they didn't really believe. It was like, man, there was always some days of doubt. Like, man, I don't even know if we could do this shit. Like, people flying, maybe we are crazy. You understand? But it was the desire to make something happen that allowed them to continue to take action. You see what I'm saying? So belief and desire is two different things. So you got to know what you're talking about when you're trying to figure it out. Demetrius says what they don't like, just live your life one way or the other. LJ2 says even advocating for what I want helped me to get off the wait list for anesthesia school. My my change in mindset was I deserve this spot. There you go. Crystal Player says, what about dudes that are compassionate about red pill content? What about them? I don't what Chris, don't do that. Guys, when you're asking me questions, I need complete thoughts. What about them? In reference to what? What are you talking about? Brandon Wright says, okay, I understand that, but most of my feed is filled with listening to you, Mr. Lucario, boxing and basketball. Isn't that the same thing as passionate interest? Well, yeah, if you like basketball, then that's your thing. If you like basketball, then that's your thing. If you like boxing, then that's your thing. If you like talking about game and life strategy, then that if you like listening to videos about game and life strategy, then that might be your thing. That might be your thing. There's nothing wrong with any of those three things. So that means you can have a conversation about any of those three things when you meet someone. That's all. Valentine Selena said, good morning. Julio Studio says, I have chosen not to think, only, I've chosen not to think, I choose only to choose. I like that. That's what's up. I choose only to choose. Exactly. That's action. That is action. Monogamous said, another way to increase positivity in your life is not taking things personally. A key technique I'm practicing, as they say, Miles, is about my reaction to what happens and how I handle things. Yep. Demetrius Russo said, avoid negativity. Nelly says, yo, England in the house. What up, Nelly? I cheat on you, says, sup, fool. What's going on? Demetrius says, tough gems you're dropping. Appreciate it, bro. I cheat on you says, park runs, jogs, and walks be lit. Exactly. Net clouts. Jesus is a messenger of God, okay? Joe Blast said, Chris, why you even to bring the pill shit over here? We don't rock with that shit. Exactly. I'd cheat on you says, you ever run a jog the park or strictly to walking? Well, I cheat on you while I'm holding a gimbal in my hand. I just be walking, bro. But yeah, I jog in here on my own time. Lil Dio says, what's the difference between faking confidence and beginning to become confident? There's really no difference. There's really no difference because confidence is a chosen state of mind. Everything else past confidence is just a result of the thoughts, words, and actions from having a mindset of confidence. But it has to it has to start from your choices. So whether you just halfway faking it or you're truly confident, either way you got to start somewhere. So it's really no difference. But the bottom line is the choice in the mindset. You understand? It's the choice in the mindset. So you could call yourself faking it if you want to, but as long as you're making confident choices in your thoughts, words, and actions, then you will live a confident life regardless. As long as you really know what confidence means. Because the other thing is if you actually don't know what it means, then yeah, that's where the lie is, when you don't truly know what you're talking about. Julio Studio says, I have sent 5 because I'll be lying if I said if I didn't learn that during the morning walks with Miles in the game. There you go. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Appreciate it, bro. I appreciate the love, man. Appreciate the support. But anyway, guys, I am going to shut this down and cross over to Instagram. So if y'all want to finish the walk with me, just come over to Instagram, Miles in the Game on Instagram, Miles in the Game on Instagram. See, I got my sweat going. It's a little warm out here and shit, but it's all good. Yeah, man. Miles in the Game on Instagram to finish up the walk, man. And other than that, y'all have a great day. Be good to yourself, and remember the truth is inside you. And that was a dope conversation, guys. So if you guys, hit the playback, share this with somebody. If you know somebody going through the same shit, man. All right. So you have and there was some great questions in there. I appreciate y'all. All right. You have a great day. Be good to yourself, and remember the truth is inside you. Peace. Also, I want y'all to see the difference in the quality of the morning walks when niggas ain't trolling. Like when we in here to actually talk and have a conversation, notice how good and how we flow and how we spit. We spit some good game. We drop some good gems. So it's a lot of the times when the live come out whack because all these trolls and nonsense, it is what it is. Just keep that in mind. That's all I'm saying. All right, you have a great day.